Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Khoja Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. We continue with the 51st stanza in this set of compositions in Gauri and the recitation. Gauri Jogi Kahah Jog Bhal Mitha, avar na dooja bhai. रुंडत मुंडत एक सबदी एह कहे सिद्ध पाई हर बिन परम पुलाने अंधा जा पे जाओ आप छुटकावन ते बादे बहु फंदा रहाओ जह ते उपजी तही समानी एह विधि बिसरी तब ही पंडित गुणी सुर हम दाते एक है बड़ हम ही जिसे बुझाए सोई बुझे बिन बुझे क्यों रहिए सतगुर मिले अंधेरा चूके इन बिद मानक लहिए तज पावे दाने बेकारा हर पद दृढ़ कर रही है कहो कबीर गूंगे गुड़ खाया पूछे ता क्या कहिए. So Kabir Ji again is giving us a sense of the right way of Gurmat, the path of Gurmat. And here he is comparing it with the then dominant, prevalent sects, thoughts, schools of thought. So he's addressing the Jogi, the Siddh, the Pandit, the Sur, the Date, so to speak. We'll talk about them. So he says, Jogi Kahah Jog Bhal Mitha. The Jogi says, my friends, the way of Jog is supreme. Jog Bhal Mitha. There is no other path like it. Avar na dooja bhai. And then, what does the shaven head Siddh say? He calls him Rundat Mundat because they went about with shaven heads. Rundat Mundat ek sabdi ek hai Siddh pai. So the Siddhas claim that perfection is attained by uttering the one word. And their typical word was alakh. Jogi is from jog, the word jog with a J, which means to join, union. It's a variation of yogi, and these were practitioners of intense physical exercises and breathing techniques. The Siddhas, also called Nanak Panthis, the followers of Gorakhnath. And they believed that contemplation on the word was the way to go. And they were very influential during Kabir's time. And there may be some possibility that Kabir may have spent time with them. But be that as it may, this passage reveals that Kabir was obviously disillusioned and turned to Gurmat. So there is some similarity in Gurmat in that the idea of contemplating the word, but the criticism of the yogis and siddhas is aimed at their requirement, which was to reject the world and to practice intense physical exercises like the yogis did. So in the Rahautuk, Kabir tells us the proper way. And he says, Har bin param pulane andha, jah pe jao aap chutkavan, te bade bahu fanda. So he says, wherever I have gone to seek emancipation, in other words, I've looked around, and we suspect that Kabir may have spent time with the Siddhas, But he says, look, wherever I've gone to seek emancipation, to find the way out, Jah pe jaun aap shutkavan. Shutkavan is to release myself. What I find is that they are all of these schools of thought, or all of these people, are tied down to various kinds of what he calls bondage, bopanda. He's referring here to external ritual, his disillusionment, external ritual, because then he says, Har bin parama pulane anda. Without mindfulness of the Har self within, one remains blinded by delusion and doubt. That is the way of Gurmat, to look inwards and to realize the unity that one lives in with the Har. It's devotion to a form of unity. So Harbin, without the Har, Param, delusion, Pulane, doubt, forgetfulness, Anda, blinded. Jehte upji tahi samani, eh bid bisri tab hi, Pandit guni sur ham date, ek hai bad ham hi. So he's now actually pointing to the Pandit, people who claim to be scholars. The Gunis, the people who think they're virtuous. The Surma, warriors. Date, people who practice philanthropy. So he says these people, they claim to be great. Kahe bad hum hi. But it is in precisely this egoic assertion that the proper method is lost. E bid bisri tabhi. When you start claiming and when you start making these assertions. What Kabir is saying is that always remember the source from which we came and where we are going to go back. Jehte upje tehe samani. Remember that. That is the method. Jise bujhaye soi bujha. So this is in the nature of a mystery. Existence is a bit of a mystery. And so you solve it like you would a riddle. And we will see why he's saying that. Because you can't really explain it with words. It's like something you sense, you get it. But if you were asked to explain it, you would be hard pressed. Jise bujhaye soi bujha, bin bujhe kyon rahi hai. So we have to solve this riddle, because without solving the riddle, living becomes miserable or difficult. Kyon rahi hai? Why should we even be alive? Satgur mile andhera chuka, in bid manak lahiya. Satgur, the jewel of understanding, manak, which is within the mind, is discovered when the Guru, the Satgur, Guru wisdom, when one is guided by Guru wisdom. Guru wisdom will lead you to that place within the mind where that jewel is. Satgur mile andhera chuke, andhera, ignorance is dispelled, inabid, in such a way, manak lahiye, you find that jewel of understanding. And you will actually, the Satgur is both the method and the destination. The jewel is the Satgur within you. So that is how it is found. So Kabir says, Taj pave dhane bekara, har pad drid kar rahi hai. Kao Kabir gunge gud khaya, puche ta kya kahiye. You see, gunge gud khaya. It is hard to tell you when the experience comes, because when somebody who's mute eats sweet and you ask that person to explain it, it's hard. It cannot be done. That is what it is. So the way is the Satgur, give up looking. Tajo, tajpa vedane. Don't look left or right. Shed your thought of other things. Just listen to the Satgur. On that note, Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.